Hi everybody. So Red and I are at the Emerald Coast Wildlife Refuge in Navarre. We're going to do a tour here. And we're going to take you guys along with us. And so we can see all the wildlife animals. They do rehabilitation on wildlife. They're really good about doing, like, they have dolphins and they do foxes, and I don't know, they do all different kinds. I know Red and my oldest son Travis had brought an owl that Travis had found. They had got injured in his yard, and they were able to help take care of it and everything. So, which is kind of cool. They do all kinds of little things. Here's what you're looking at. They're only open on Sundays for like 3 hours. They're open Wednesday through Saturday from 9 to 3, Sunday 11 to 3. And they use the money for this is, I believe, an overnight drop box they have. They have a little box in here where if you find like a bird or a wild animal that you can overnight drop box, please read. And they got little heating pads in there for them and stuff like that. So, which is really cool. And then this is the entrance. Welcome to the Wildlife Refuge. The refuge was made possible by generations of donations of the military and all different sorts of people, which is really neat. So we're going to start right here. Half these animals, they can't be released and put back into the wild, so that's another reason why they're here, to take care of them. Okay, here's the front entrance. This is how you can cut in, and they got a really nice gift shop.
Only things that are naturally found here. So that also means any invasive species, we do not deal with those either. So with those guys, orphans are what take up the majority of our time and our numbers. We help anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 patients a year, and upside down, and he'd only swallowed it like the day of, maybe the day before. So he was just incredibly lucky, like incredibly. We don't even know how that worked. The other thing is that we try to avoid anesthesia when it comes to birds because they don't always wake back up. They don't handle anesthesia well. But in the case of a knife, we had no other option. So we did surgery, and he survived, which was really, really good to hear. It's pretty rare, surprisingly, but he survived and he was released. And then this guy, this was a sick box turtle. He came in, the person that brought him in thought that he had 2 heads. His head was so big he could not close his shell. He couldn't tuck in and close his shell, so he couldn't protect himself. So we did an x-ray to see if there was a second skull, and you can see on the bottom that there was only 1 skull, and that ended up being an ear infection that he had. So these little, let me look at it on the other side. That right there, that is their ear. And so you can see this side was very messed up on the ear part. It was very swollen, not right, and so, which is pretty common for that to happen. But like I said, we're trying to avoid surgery as much as possible. So with that, what we do is we take a fish and we put a cotton ball in it, and then they eat the fish, and the cotton ball will be left, and it will wrap around the hook, and then they can pass it rather than us having to do surgery.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
it doesn't always work, but it's always worth a shot, just because a cotton ball is a couple pennies maybe, versus anesthesia can get very expensive very quick. And it's very risky, anesthesia is. And a cotton ball, the worst thing that happens is they just poop it out and it didn't do anything at all. So it's always worth a shot. On call 24/7, 365 days a year, and they will go out and rescue any marine mammals. So that can be any dolphin, whale, manatee, or turtle. Even though turtles are not mammals, we kind of throw them into the mix because they are just another animal that strands. So it's easy to just kind of include them in there. So we will go out and rescue them across 4 counties. We will go out and rescue. So these are just some different skulls and whatnot. Do shark jaws. We are not allowed to handle stranded sharks, but we still include the bones over here, the jaws over here. And this is a bottlenose dolphin skull. This is a dolphin fin. This is a manatee hand, which I think is kind of cool because it looks very similar to ours, surprisingly.
It does.
And then this is a false killer whale jaw. So there's your killer whales that have the big white spots, and then false killer whales, they are just missing the white spots, basically.
Oh, okay.
And then these are just some different like teeth and stuff like that from different types of animals. We have sperm whale teeth, baleen teeth. And then this is a sperm whale jawbone. So this is from an adult sperm whale. And so those teeth in there, you can imagine, would go into that jawbone. And then above your head of a sperm whale, except that is from a baby. So that would get much bigger than that even. And those guys will get about 60 feet long, so they get pretty massive. It was confiscated because some people were trying to take it places they weren't supposed to. And then you can also see like its spine underneath, which is pretty cool to see the underside of. So you can see how it's all kind of connected.
Thank you.
Did you have fun? Hawksbill. They are the smallest sea turtles that we have in the Gulf of Mexico. The reason you can tell it's a hawksbill is because when you look at its mouth, it looks like a bird's beak. So that's where they get the hawksbill name. And then this is a sea turtle light test that we have. So you're welcome to take one of those. And if you put it up to your eye, you'll kind of be able to see how a sea turtle's vision works. So you'll notice that they are missing certain colors.
Oh, wow. Red and yellow.
Yeah, so they can't see those slower light waves. I'm saying she's about 15 years old, so she is an old lady compared to Mr. Dwight. And they no longer live together. I can't remember if I said this. They no longer live together because he hit puberty while they were living together and became a little love struck over her.
No.
Too love struck over her. So we had to separate the two because he was getting a little too invasive. But we found out that they are females, so now we call them Simone and Garfunkel. And they were brought here on vacation with some people. They're pretty common pets, but they are originally native to Pakistan. So they were brought on vacation, and then while these people were here, they decided that they just didn't want to take care of them anymore. So they were going to go release them on the beach, which is not where they're from, not where they're supposed to go. And they've been invasive, or they would have just died. So we took them in, and we've had them for about 6 or 7 years now.
Oh.
Yeah. He's what's called a blood morph.
Okay. Yes, hi. Okay.
He was like, what are you doing? Why are you patting my head? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird feeling. Yeah, hi, buddy.
I mean, a bunch of them, too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, that's neat. So that was cool. We got to learn a few things about some of the different animals, and so now we're going to do the tour. So what do we have in here? Hang on a minute. I gotta figure out which way we're going. Oh, they got beautiful flowers blooming. You always gotta stop and see the flowers. Let's see. Okay, so it says stop down there, so I guess this is gonna be our starting point. And inside here is a raccoon. Let's see if we can. Oh, there it is. See if I can zoom in there and you guys can see.
That's a big boy thing.
You see it?
Oh, smelling. He's a big boy, too.
There's a coon. Aww.
Come on, boy.
He is an omnivore that eat invertebrates, plants, materials. Fun fact, raccoons' most heightened senses is sense of touch. Their paws have 4 times more sensory receptors than their paws. Their front paws, I'm sorry, has more than their back paws.
He's big old boy, too.
So we're going to keep walking down, and so, oh, it's an owl's next one. There's the barred owl. Look how beautiful. I love owls. Ooh. Oh, he must have food in there. There he is.
That was weird.
In here, there. Oh, it's a red fox. Look how beautiful he is. Oh, he's a baby. You know, it says red foxes' diets are omnivores. They eat fruit, grass, small mammals, birds, insects. Fun facts. What big ears you have. Fox hearing is very sensitive. They can hear a mouse squeak for over 100 foot away. And her name is Loxy. Loxy was found with Loxy was found and managed, and she has, I don't know what that is. During rehabilitation, she habitated to humans, so she has less fear of people. That's what you get for feeding them. That she can't be released in the wild because she depends on humans, and she won't hunt for herself. Go back. I didn't know the story was over here. Oliver was found as a hatchling and imprinted on humans. Unfortunately, he was improperly raised before coming to eaters and always has been dependent on human care. So most of these animals are dependent on humans because they can't be released in the wild because we fed them and stuff like that. Okay. So that seems to be. Look, there's a red-tailed hawk. Oh. He just lets you come right to him. Look how beautiful. Let's see what his name is. Aries. Aries story. Aries was found as a hatchling and imprinted on humans, which means she's identified with humans, and because of this, she'll never be able to release in the wild. So she was raised and tamed by humans.
Beautiful. Yeah?
She's talking.
What you doing?
So over in this one we have a fox squirrel, and tree story is Kenya is partially blind in one eye and has potential neurological defects. Okay, and is inhabited to humans, meaning she can't never be released. I do not see her in. Oh, there she is. She's cuddled up down there. I'll see if I can. Right there. You can see the big old tail. And over here is a big African spur-thigh. I bet you this is an African spur-thigh tortoise. Okay. So we have an African spur-thigh tortoise. Her name is Sheldon. Sheldon was found in a cardboard box in a truck stop parking lot. She is not a native species and was kept as a pet. It is not appropriate or illegal to have her to be released into the wild. Then you have a gopher, which is a landlord story. Landlord was found on the side of a busy road, having been hit by a car. After his recovery due to his injuries, he was deemed irreleasable. And he is, see if I can find him. He's down there digging a hole right there. I don't think you can see him. And then this is a spur-thigh. You could tell her shell is, I can get you, her shell is unsynced in. See? Let me see if I can come over here and I can show you. Her shell is, she was found at a truck stop in a cardboard box. See her shell? Oh, she's beautiful. So there's that. That's all the, excuse me. The other couple more in here. And it's a small place. It's not a very big place. It's more of a rescue place. And over here is an eastern box turtle. His name is Todd. Todd was hit by a car and had to have his front leg amputated. He sustained small shell damage, so he is non-releasable. Let's see, he's a three-legged. I don't either. Todd is not in here. I don't know where he might be in his heat box. Or he might be in here. I might be underneath this pan here. In here is a Virginia possum. Let's see. As Peggy was brought to us to the refuge injured as suspected animal attack, having badly damaged her front leg. Her leg had to be amputated, so it makes her non-releasable. Don't see Peggy. Oh, there's Peggy in her box. She's hiding. She's cold. So they have about maybe 10 animals out here that you can look at. About 10 animals they have out here that you can look at. Red found him a favorite over here. So we're going to go back in the gift shop and walk around, because if you buy anything in the gift shop, all that money goes towards the helping of the animals and stuff. So I want to show you guys around the gift shop. So this is their little gift shop. They have little different animals they have. They got coloring books. They got animals. Oh, they got... So they have earrings, cards.
UV-safe stickers, $4 each.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. We get all sorts of stuff.
So guys, that was the Emerald Coast Wildlife Refuge. It's not very big. Like I said, you could probably do it in less than an hour, but it's still worth to come by and check it out. It's fun. We had a great time. The lady in there, bless her heart, I forgot her name, but she's very sweet. She's fun. She knows most of her stuff. She can, she's very knowledgeable and everything. So you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you guys see any place else you'd like us to go do, we'll try to get out there and get it. And y'all have a great day.